back to my channel if you don't know me. I'm Anita Mateo, a Cuban living in Spain, currently visiting my home country, Cuba. I'm making this for you. Short videos about Cuba. How have you been since I left? Because it's been a year since I left, and honestly, I came back and things have changed a lot, even though Cuban reality has always been pretty complicated. But well, it's incredible how as time goes by, things change for the worse, not for the better, honestly. And so in this video, I'm going to tell you what I see, how things are on the street, what life is like right now in Cuba from the city of Santi, Spíritus. Havana and the provinces are very different, let me tell you. In Havana, sometimes life is a little better. There are more businesses, more things, but sometimes people forget that these provinces exist and here life is much more complicated. Maybe you don't know what life is like here, so I'll show you. If you're new here, I invite you to subscribe down below. There's a little button called subscribe. It's totally free, and give this video a like. Now things get interesting as we explore life in Cuba today. So come with me. I'm with a YouTuber from here in the province of Santi Spíritu, who also shows what her life is like. And since I've been away for a while, she's gonna be with me to explain a little more about the changes in Cuba right now. Because, well, I've been involved in this for a while, and I'm going to introduce her to you. Here is Leonette. Go ahead. Who are you? What do you do? What is your channel about?
Well, thank you for the lovely invitation. My name is Leia Orellana. You can find me on YouTube. I'm Cuban, obviously living here in Santi Spíritus. I live here in Santi Spíritus. My channel is about my life in Cuba, my day-to-day as a Cuban, being Cuban.
Your mother, right?
Yes, my mother is Cuban, and well, so we're going to be talking about life. Currently in the city, as Anita said earlier, in the province of Santi Espíritu, because Santi Espíritu has nothing to do with the city of Havana and so on. So you can't miss this video, okay?
And well, that's right. We're in the city center where all the life happens. Usually the streets of Cuba are full of people during the day. They're just trying to get by, searching for food or something to do. You might ask, don't they have jobs? Many people skip or leave work to shop for food and other items. As I'm going to show you, that's a bit of the lifestyle here. Well, Leia, one of the things that's different in Spain is that at this time you still see people out shopping and all that. Instead, you see many people sitting relaxed, enjoying life. And that's something I don't see as much here. I feel like everyone is just trying to get things done.
Trying to solve things quickly, that's what Anita meant. Normally, you'll see people on the boulevard and in this central area where problems may get solved. At a certain time in the morning, afternoon, you don't see anyone on the streets anymore. What happens? They leave work to take care of things. Whether it's to go get chicken, or to stand in line because the food rations have arrived, or to get milk, and so on.
That's when you'll see the most people outside handling their issues.
And you might say, well, it's because Cubans are lazy and don't work, so they're just out there. You don't buy, that's it. And we're out there every day trying to solve things, and we're getting stuck. Obsessed. They were experienced, not stingy people. They didn't take long to settle in, not like that.
Exactly, that's another thing that shocked me when I returned to Cuba, the blackouts. The power fails 2 or 3 times daily, so people must go out during the hours with electricity to get things done. If you shop at a military liquor canteen store, which is like a supermarket, there's nothing available and everything is very expensive. If you get the chance to buy something, but the power goes out for a long time, you can't shop because payment systems and refrigerators stop working, so items spoil, and usually, no. From what I see, things haven't changed since I left. You still have to keep searching in different houses and places. One house has chicken, another has the famous maipims we'll discuss, and another has oil. You can't find everything in one place. Here you don't have that like in Spain, Mercadona, the supermarkets where you have everything. Here that doesn't exist. Here it's like going from little kiosk to little kiosk, as we say here. That's still the reality in this country. Another very typical thing about the streets of Cuba is the music. Feel the atmosphere. Right here we are, on the boulevard, which is like the main street here in the city. Look, Leia, this is something I use a lot to record on the street. In Spain, there are trash bins, but I told her there aren't any here.
No, there are no bins.
There are no trash bins.
Actually, we were in a little park, in the mini park where we did the introduction, and there isn't an exact bin there.
People throw trash on the street because, unlike Spain, there's no culture of caring for public spaces here. They don't fine you either. People throw soda cans on the street. That's really ugly.
Even with a trash can right next to them, they throw it on the street. No, there just isn't a culture for that.
Plus, we couldn't find a trash can. I often prop up my phone like a tripod to record in Spain, but here it's just not possible. Well, now let's talk about food. How do you get food here in Cuba? From my perspective, I arrived and did my best to help my family, mainly by finding food. As I mentioned, you can't get food in supermarkets here. Instead, you buy it from small street kiosks, which aren't always in the same location. I took my mom to a supermarket and made a video to show people what it's like and what they sell there. Here, supermarket, yes, but absolutely nothing shows up, and I spent a lot of money here. I'm surprised that with the prices, everything has gone up so much.
The most shocking thing, folks, is that when you go to the stores, you're supposed to be in a store. In military liquor canteen, all the stores, including the supermarket, are there, just so you know.
Yes, military liquor canteen is like dollar or euro, but converted to a virtual currency, to the Cuban virtual currency, just so you understand, a card.
Well, anyway, so supposedly there should be everything there, but no, there's absolutely nothing there. And if you buy meat, like Anita says, it'll cost a fortune. A kilo is outrageously expensive.
For example, I've noticed almost everything now costs over 1,000 pesos.
In fact,
A Cuban state salary is 5,000 pesos, which I spent on just 2 packs of milk in Cuba.
5,000 pesos. That's for someone who earns a lot because the average salary is between 2,000 and 3,000.
Yes, you, for example, studied...
I studied accounting, I have a degree in accounting, and someone with a degree in accounting earns about 4,000, 5,000. It depends on the exact job.
One thing I often mention about Spain is that over there, people don't have the daily worry of what am I going to eat today. But here, they do. How do you spend each day thinking about what to eat?
Yes, because unfortunately, that's what you were talking about earlier. You don't have a place to go and buy what you want to cook or what you wish to cook. Or, for example, you go to a supermarket and buy what you're going to cook for a week. Right here, unfortunately, it's not like that.
And so it's a constant worry because you can't have meat every day, you can't have it every day.
Eggs are very expensive. 3,000 pesos for a carton. They're a luxury now. And so these are things that drive you crazy thinking about how you're going to make meals.
Another thing about Cuba is there's no variety. For example, in my house, where I've helped my mom more with shopping, it's chicken. There's no beef. That's just wishful thinking. Here, fish and seafood, even though it's an island, there's none of that at all. Pork is super expensive. I've been eating chicken for several days.
Because it's just unthinkable to buy pork.
No, it's impossible.
The chicken's at the Mipime because not even the Major League Soccer stores have them. It's a dilemma.
Trust me, returning to this reality is very complicated. Now let's talk about work. I've often told you how I struggled financially as an engineer, but did much better as a YouTuber. Let's hear about Leia's experience, since she's also a college graduate. You might not know this, but in Cuba people are very studious and many attend college. Even if it doesn't help us now, we hope that someday it will be useful for something. Okay. Leia, you told me accounting at the university. You have a degree in accounting. Tell me about your experience. So when you graduated, you worked, you practiced it?
I have a peculiarity. I attended university while already working, unlike you, for example.
There are 2 options here, just studying or studying while working.
So I did it that way. I was already working, I was already earning my own money, and so I would observe and compare, even while studying, I would observe and compare, well, that's it.
I earned my degree, and thanks to my ranking, a workplace contacted me after graduation, where I began working. Back then, I was earning 300 Cuban pesos. At that time, salaries hadn't gone up yet. This restructuring didn't exist. I used to live on 300 Cuban pesos a month, but now that's only worth €1.
Yes, so how did you decide to leave there and now you work on your own? What do you do currently?
Currently, I work on my own. I do nails and some crafts. And honestly, you'll always do much better working for yourself.
I'm gonna leave her crafts Instagram here. They're really good.
It's much better to work for yourself than for the government. The government right now takes money from you. I mean, you earn 4,000 like we said before, and when you're self-employed, you realize you make a bit more. So that's why all the graduates, like a meme says, I'm not afraid to go out and get drunk since I know a doctor at the cocktail party can help me.
Exactly, and well, now we're on a less busy street because another very typical thing about the streets in Cuba is the noise. There's too much noise all the time. And now we're going to talk precisely about transportation here in Cuba, over there in Spain. One of the things that really surprises us is that transportation is very good and punctual. Transportation is more punctual than I am. And here, how is it? Let's see. Transportation has always been bad and private taxis are very expensive. How is it working now?
It's still the same, isn't it?
No? Now let's see. I don't take the guagua, the bus as you would call it. Very often because I'm a bit more in the center, so I don't really need to go to isolated places. But well, the thing is now, at peak hours, for example, 8 in the morning, 11:30 or 12 in the afternoon. Stop waiting, no more buses are coming. Also this afternoon,
Yes, like during rush hour when people commute,
they'll go to work, so imagine how crowded that bus will be.
those buses are packed with people, which I don't see happening over there.
That's why also
The subway, and yes, it does get really crowded, but it comes very frequently. It's not like that here. Plus, there's the issue of fuel, which is very scarce.
yes, so that's why also people have kind of withdrawn. People don't take the bus anymore because it rarely comes. Since it doesn't run often, people avoid it. So what do they take instead?
Scooters, which are the tricycles that have. And the horse-drawn carriages.
The horse-drawn carriages are very typical. Here, yes, and people use them for transportation because in other places too. It's more for tourism, like a tourist thing, but not here. Here, it's a means of transportation. The horse that people,
The Salvation, right? And scooters cost 300 pesos even for a short trip, which is...
Walking is better. My brothers walk to school and say it's hard, but they still do it even if it's far. Currently this year, since I haven't been here and now I've come back, it's opened up a lot more. Now, almost the entire economy is controlled by the private sector, mainly consisting of well-known MSMEs and small and medium-sized enterprises. Some are state-owned, but private ones, owned by individuals, have the most resources. They import products from abroad and sell them. And that's more or less where you can find the things that almost all these little kiosks and sales points I've shown you are small and medium-sized enterprises. Currently,
That salvation of the Cuban.
And that's the salvation of the Cuban. Do you think this has improved at all? What's your view?
Yes, it's definitely better now. Because besides being expensive, I mean, the products are expensive. There are some that are a little cheaper. By a little cheaper, I mean 20, 30, or 100 pesos less. You can choose a pack of chicken for 2,500 pesos or pick one that's 2,300 or 2,000, you know?
yes.
It's very expensive, but when you go to buy the chicken, they have it. Yes, while in military liquor canteen.
They don't have it.
So, are you going to buy sausage? There's none in military liquor canteen and the Mapimis have it.
Yes, the private ones have it.
So, it's not really for the average Cuban, you know?
It's not like,
For the Cuban.
I send money from abroad to my family because without it, they can't buy anything.
It's expensive, so I call it a salvation in quotes because it's available, but not everyone can afford it.
Of course, it's complicated because I've gone out to buy things and I've been shocked by the prices. Honestly, the most impactful part of my trip to Cuba so far.
When you left, were there small and medium-sized businesses over there?
No, they hadn't opened that sector yet, right?
So that's why it has an impact. Because it's expensive, it's there, but it's expensive. I mean, yes.
It's amazing. There's another question people often ask me that I wanted to discuss. Do Cubans have fun? Do Cubans go out? Do Cubans get a break from their problems at some point? Or are they always worried about food? They get a break, but it's difficult.
Well, let's see. I'm not going to speak for myself because I don't really go out anymore. You know, it's different now. I don't usually go to clubs, but I might for a special occasion like a wedding anniversary or my husband's birthday.
Going out to eat, not to clubs. Now I'll talk to you about clubs, for example.
Going out to eat is very expensive. For example, a meal for the child, for my husband. It can cost me 5,000 pesos, and I'm fine with that since I skipped the expensive beer.
And 5,000 pesos is a salary.
5,000 pesos is a salary. So is it the same for young people working in nightclubs? If you work privately, you could treat yourself someday and visit a nightclub. A nightclub drink can cost 300 to 600 pesos.
The other day I heard that in Trinidad a Cristal beer costs 700 pesos. I was shocked when I heard 700 pesos. I said, what? Maybe not for you because you're Cuban.
For foreigners, it may not seem expensive, but for us, it's very costly.
So, you can't go out and enjoy yourself?
A person who really has a goal in life, who has a family to support, can do it.
It's a luxury.
Another luxury.
Here's a mural by a Dominican woman, so shout out to everyone from the Dominican Republic. Let's end the video here. And well, that's it. I invite you to subscribe. We have a new video every Friday. Subscribe to Leia's channel as well. Support her. She's a creator here in Cuba. Support her on her channel. I'll leave it here for you. It's also in the description for you to subscribe. Sending you a big kiss, and remember that every Friday we have a new video, so join this family. Big kiss.